most of us have experienced a house guest who has overstayed their welcome.
No. But what happens when they flat out refuse to leave? That's what happened to one Orange County woman who has two on your side to get rid of the unwanted house guest. And here's investigator Christine Lazar.
You know, people think it's going to be really easy,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Most people would say put her stuff on the curb and lock the doors. But it's not that easy. Believe it or not, there are laws that protect unwanted house guests. No, let go of my microphone.
What is going on?
She's a house guest who has overstayed her welcome. Is her name on the lease?
Her name is not on the lease.
Living out of Wendy Bear's Irvine apartment for months, sleeping on her living room floor, refusing to leave.
I should leave.
Yes, this is
After all the things you've done to me.
But this isn't your apartment. Did you ever think that it would be this hard to get rid of an unwanted house guest?
Oh, absolutely not. If I did, I never would have invited her in.
Back in February, Wendy says an old neighbor named Anne Marie Lynch called her up and asked her if she could come stay with her for a few weeks when she moved back to California from Florida.
She told me that the people she was living with at the time were crazy and they were stealing her belongings, and she was desperate for a place to go.
Wendy says the deal was for Anne Marie to only stay a month, but when 4 weeks passed, she says she showed no signs of leaving.
She didn't once go on a job interview. She would just spend her days sleeping on my couch.
When Wendy had enough, she says she told Anne Marie she was kicking her out. And that's when she says Anne Marie called the police. When they arrived, Wendy says they told her the only way she could get her unwanted house guest out was to evict her, even though she isn't on the lease and never paid rent.
I don't understand how I can work so hard to rent out an apartment, pay all the utilities, and then have absolutely no rights to my place at all.
Eviction attorney Melissa Marsh says the cops were right. It's not easy to kick out an unwanted house guest.
If you allow a visitor into your home, or a guest, somebody who's traveling, a friend who wants to move to California, and they're there for more than 3 days, at that juncture, you are forced to give that individual a 30-day notice, and thereafter possibly face UD proceedings in eviction court.
And if you try to just throw out their stuff and lock the door,
that person can then sue you for damage to their property and an illegal lockout.
Wendy did file the 30-day notice of termination of tenancy, and she applied for a restraining order. She even risked a lawsuit and says she locked the doors one afternoon when Anne Marie decided to leave the apartment.
I left for the night, went to a safe place with my daughter, came home the next day, and she had broken in through a window and was sleeping on my floor.
Anne Marie denies that and says it was Wendy who broke the window.
I watched you do it and I filmed it.
Oh, can I see?
No, I'm not showing you anything. This isn't a court of law. This is my bedroom right now.
Wendy and her daughter now have locks on their bedroom doors. They feel like prisoners in their own home.
The kitchen, we don't even use it now. We just pick up food. I've been eating out of cans.
So we asked Anne Marie to leave.
Who do you think you're, an actress? This is a whole fake, giant, ridiculous thing.
Repeatedly.
She's offered to get you a hotel room.
Right now. We'll get you a hotel.
Wendy and her boyfriend offered to get a moving truck and take Anne Marie and her dog to a motel and pay for a week's stay. Anne Marie finally agreed to leave 2 months after she arrived at Wendy's apartment.
And it's been weeks and weeks of promising this, and I can't believe she actually went. Thank you so much. I know she wouldn't have left if it wasn't for you.
And it's a good thing she did, because eviction proceedings can take between 30 and 60 days, so it's not a quick process. The attorney says the best advice is to not allow anyone in your home for more than 3 days if they don't have a home or an apartment to go back to.